Welcome back. Now, we're going to talk now to a grandmother, a concerned parent, and also a child safety campaigner. This is a story I've been covering on my evening show, The Political Asylum, right here on Talk, 7 until 10 p.m, Monday to Friday. I highly recommend it. A great show. The host is exceptional. No, seriously, we've been covering this story. It concerns, it's very close. This area is very close to where this horrific murder happened in Uxbridge on Monday night. And there's a school, a primary school, in an area called West Drayton, which is near Heathrow Airport, in the borough of Hillingdon, which is asylum seeker central. Vast numbers of asylum seekers are billeted in Hillingdon. There's a primary school there called Cherry Lane Primary School. And every day, asylum seekers, migrants, come from this hotel. There we go, we're watching the film now. And they make their way to this school and they hang around outside the gates. This is causing great concern to, look, there they are, look at them. They're all heading for this school, escorted by the police. In a minute you're going to see some of our friends from foreign countries sitting around outside the school gates smoking a sheesh pipe. It's unbelievable. Well, look, let's talk about this. Let's talk about safety on the streets, especially for children, but women as well, of course. There they are, smoking their sheesh pipes. That's outside Cherry Lane Primary School. I don't know. Do kids, little kids, having to watch this out of their playground? They're aged 3 to 11 years old. It's a big school, 640 kids. Let's talk to concerned local mother, Wendy Spindlow, and also Marilyn Hawes, the Chief Executive for the Freedom from Abuse organisation. Welcome, Wendy. Welcome, Marilyn. Well, first up, if I could talk to you, Wendy. I mean, you're not far from Uxbridge. I mean, it's literally just down the road where this horrific murder happened.
Yeah, we're Hillingdon Borough.
Yeah, same borough. Hillingdon Borough, more than any other borough in Britain, has more asylum seekers per capita than the rest of the country put together. Now, we're watching these scenes of what happens every day at Cherry Lane Primary School. Well, you've brought up kids in this area. Tell me, in the light of what happened in Uxbridge, but also in the light of what we're watching every single day. I know stories of some of these migrants are peering through the playground fences, looking at the kids during playtime. You know, this is not right. Tell me about your fears, your concerns for the safety, not only of kids, but women on the streets, given the what we're watching now.
Well, to be honest with you, obviously these campaigns started because we were fighting for women and children. You know, women, I've been on the end of 2 of them that totally intimidated me at 3:25 in the afternoon with my 5-year-old grandson.
Tell me about that. What happened?
Well, I was in a shop and my grandson had picked some stuff, got some stuff in a basket, and there was 2 of them in there in the grey tracksuits, and they blocked me. And I kept moving, and to be fair, you know, I had to de-escalate this. I'm aware my grandson's now hanging on to my leg, so that fear factor has gone on to him. And I called the security. There was a security guard at the end. He walked halfway down. He saw what was happening. He turned on his heels and he walked away. I then put up with them saying what they wanted to do with a bottle of chocolate milkshake that was in my basket to put over me. So I got away from it. But you know, but I think after yesterday, what happened, I think we're changing. You know, we stand and we've been fighting for women and children. But yesterday just showed that we are all at risk. That could have been any one of us. And as you clearly said, the Holiday Inn, the Crowne Plaza and the Novotel, 3 massive hotels. And we house the most, and we're not that big. And these videos you're showing, this is what happens every single day.
Yeah,
so
let me just explain, Wendy, if I can. What happens with these asylum seekers? They live at these 3 hotels, but there's a huge Holiday Inn just by the M4 near the airport that motorists who drive down the M4, you can immediately picture it in their head. There's more than 600 rooms there. And these asylum seekers who live there, they every day, they've got nothing to do. So they come out of the hotel and there's a pedestrian underpass that passes under underneath the M4. They come out, they go under that, and then they make their way to the school where there's grassy areas, sit around outside, sometimes leering at the kids in the playground, to the extent that one local dad, James Timms, because the school wouldn't get around to fixing this hole in the fence, he went one night and fixed it himself. That's what's going on. So every day in every way, people like yourself fear for their kids because of this.
And 100% we do. And if you look at that video, I know their faces are all blocked out, but the majority of them there go through an assessment where they want to prove that they're a minor. Full-grown men with grey hair, which what that is doing to our system, the resources, because they have to prove otherwise. But they sit there because they want to go as a minor, because then we've got to support them. So all of that's what they're doing. They know how to play the system. And this is what is so scary now. They're not over here because, I don't believe it, for war zone countries. They're here because they want to build an army. They want to build an army. And Britain has got to wake up. And I'll tell you something else. Keir Starmer, you come here now and you go and look that lady in the eyes, husband's just been stabbed, and you explain it to her. But you know what? We've got more chances of Donald Trump jumping on Air Force One and coming here and paying his respects than that man showing his face anywhere.
It's a very good point. I should stress that, as far as I know, in the interest of fairness, despite this daily invasion of the school space, I don't think there's been any serious crimes committed by these asylum seekers, by these migrants. But it's a terrifying saga for parents and grandparents like yourself. I mean, you can see this. There's something that isn't right about this. Just outside a school playground, little kids aged 3 to 11, this going on. Just loads and loads of migrants just hanging around outside the school gates, creating a very threatening atmosphere.
They're extremely intimidating. They are so intimidating. And we're in a society now where everybody is scared to death to speak up. You're a far right, you're a racist. We've got to move away from this. We can't keep saying this. This is safety of our women and our children. And to be fair now, everybody. A man at 5 o'clock in the afternoon walking his dog. So we've stepped up now. We, as a country, are in serious trouble. And unless people start standing up and speaking, I don't know what's going to happen. Do you know what it makes me feel like? Yeah. Get on a plane and move out of this country. I feel like going, picking my kids up, my grandchildren, and saying, come on, let's go. But why should we have to do that? Why? Yeah,
it's a very good question, Wendy. Let's bring Marilyn Hawes in. She's the Chief Executive of Freedom from Abuse. She's had a lot to do with the problems down at Cherry Lane, down in Hillingdon, where Wendy lives. Marilyn, Wendy just saying that this country now clearly has a serious problem in terms of the dangers, potential dangers posed by asylum seekers. Got to stress again that, the majority of asylum seekers are probably decent people who wouldn't commit a crime, but an alarming number of them are committing crimes. And as Wendy said, it is making people like her, mothers, grandmothers, feel very, very worried, terrified for the safety of their children, also for the safety of women on the streets.
But Wendy, well said, absolutely well said. I couldn't have put it better myself. I think you're absolutely right. I'm pleased to support Wendy's group and James Timms, because they are not bystanders, they are upstanders, and they are criminals because they came in illegally. We can't go into a country without our paperwork. If you want to come in here legally, and I am not racist, I have a Nigerian daughter-in-law. She's absolutely beautiful. I'm not racist and I'm not right-wing. And I agree with Wendy. I am sick to the back teeth of being told that or suggested I might be. It's wrong. It's outrageous. And I really feel for them. I feel the time. Now, James, his daughter, and he said it on air, so I'm not...
Yeah, he told me. This is at a very very close to where this horrible murder happened. James Timms, who was a guest on this show a couple of weeks, or my show in the evening, The Political Asylum, a couple of weeks ago, he reported this as a piece. His daughter went to an Uxbridge shopping mall, and 2 asylum seekers, made her, terrified her. Tell us what happened, Marilyn.
Well, she was in the shopping mall and these 2 guys sort of pushed her up against a wall and started groping her and touching her all over. I mean, she's, 14? I mean, that's just outrageous. And there's a crime number. It's all been called in, but there's no sign of the police. So we know we have 2-tier policing over here. I am going to help him get this sorted, because at the moment it's like a deluge of media and trying to support these people doing a wonderful job down there. They are not fanning the flames. They are not being sensationalist. UNICEF will tell you that every child's human right is to be protected from harm. And the only people that can do that are the adults. Now, Starmer and his merry numpties have got blood on their hands, have they not?
Yeah, I think they have. Listen, let me.
Can I just say something to the?
Quickly, man, go on.
I'm throwing this out here as a punted idea, right? If Wendy and I were facilitating people that were going around groping women and girls and now murdered someone, and we still kept facilitating people that were harming innocent people, killing them, all the rest of it, raping them, wouldn't we be party to that crime? Wouldn't that make us criminals?
We should. It would do,
does.
Marilyn. It would do, Marilyn. Listen, Wendy, last word to you. Thank you very much, Marilyn, by the way. What's your message to Keir Starmer and his government today?
It's such a shame I can't swear on here.
Family show, Wendy, family show.
I know, I'll uphold that. My message to him is, come here. Go and see that lady. Have a look. There must be a little bit. I like to see good in everyone. Is there a little bit of decency in the man? Listen to us. Stop sitting behind gated places. Stop sitting there pushing a pen all day, and come to our community. Come to West Drayton, which is the biggest place in the country. And on the 9th of November, we are doing a protest here, but we're doing it in remembrance. We are visiting the cemetery. We are laying wreaths. And we will be going to the Crown Plaza Hotel and standing on the green. Remembrance Sunday is being forgotten. Poppies are going to be burnt on that day because we allow that to happen. So we brought our protest on that day for respect. It will be starting at Mulberry Parade at 12:30, giving people the opportunity to go to church who want to. I invite other places that have got protests going on, come and join us. We're doing everything, we do it all separately, and we support everyone.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I know.
Maybe, just maybe, Keir Starmer will come down and see you, but don't bet the farm on it. Wendy, great to talk to you, and great to talk to you, Marilyn. That's Wendy Spindlow, mother and grandmother, and child abuse campaigner, freedom from abuse campaigner.